Welcome to Power Production. I'm Howard Matthews, Vice President of Power Production and CEO of SaskPower International. Power Production has about 800 employees dedicated to producing power for our friends, our families, and businesses throughout the province of Saskatchewan. These employees collaborate with the entire organization to ensure we have reliable power within the province to meet the growing needs of our customers. During this orientation, I would like you to remember the following. We will strengthen our culture by talking about safety every day. Every employee owns our safety absolutes and is expected to approach work with a safety-first mindset. Every employee, contractor, or consultant develops an owner's mindset, making it a personal commitment to be accountable for the safety of yourself and everyone around you. So if you see something that's unsafe, please stop what you're doing, stop what they're doing, make sure that work is being done safely. How we do our work is just as, if not more, important than what we do. Nothing is so important or urgent that it can't be done safely. We don't do dangerous work. What that means is if work has a high risk associated with it, we stop, we think this out, we plan the work out, we put the right barriers in place to remove that high risk. We don't do dangerous work. We are here today because SaskPower is serious about equipping everyone to be successful and making sure everyone goes home safe. To be safe, everyone has to care about what happens to each other. If you're unsure of your expectations, please stop what you're doing and ask your supervisor or manager. Our employees are our #1 priority, and safety always comes first. So please take the time to help one another be safe. And finally, welcome to the SaskPower team.
Hello and welcome to Shand Power Station. Shand was commissioned in 1992. It has one coal-fired generator with a net capacity of 276 megawatts, or the equivalent of powering 276,000 homes. The power station uses special processes that reduce nitrogen oxide by up to 50%. It also reuses water and traps more than 99% of fly ash. Waste heat is also directed towards the Shand greenhouse. We grow native plants and distribute the seedlings free to schools, communities, and individuals for conservation and wildlife habitat projects. Before visiting or working at Shand, there are a number of things you must know about the facility and potential hazards you should be aware of. SaskPower has a security policy that must be followed at all times. If you are a visitor, you will be given a temporary identification card when entering the site. Please return the card when leaving. If you are an employee or contractor, you will be required to show your issued identification on your way to the site daily. Cameras are restricted on site and can only be used if permission is granted. Shand is a smoke-free facility. Smoking, vaping, and e-cigarettes is allowed only in designated areas. Washrooms are located throughout the power station. Ask your SaskPower contact for the closest location. The following is a list of hazards on site: adverse weather, chemicals, collision or crashing, electrical, falls from heights, fire or explosion, mechanical energy, noise, radioactive substances, slips, trips, or falls, traffic. While on site, you may need to wear personal protective equipment, or PPE. This includes a CSA-approved hard hat, safety glasses, high-visibility vest or top, full-length pants, and steel-toed boots. With the high noise level, hearing protection may be required. And depending on the location, gloves and respiratory protection may also be required. If you are just entering the office area of the power station, you are not required to wear PPE as long as you remain in the office area. The Standard Protection Code includes SaskPower's lockout-tagout procedure to ensure personnel and equipment safety. All work done on equipment in the plant is done in accordance to the rules in the Standard Protection Code. To become authorized to work on equipment, you must complete the most recent version of the SaskPower Standard Protection Code course training, which includes skill checks as well as an interview with the chief engineer in order to be added to the permit holder list. Equipment access permits are mandatory prior to entry into restricted areas. If you are not an authorized permit holder for equipment accesses and must do work within the plant, please talk to your manager or SaskPower contact for more information. Prior to beginning any work on site each day, you must know: do I have or need a Standard Protection Code permit? Is the permit active? Who is the authorized permit holder? Some areas of the plant will have warnings displayed on doors, on entrances, and access areas. They will outline the hazard. Please ask your manager or supervisor if you're unclear. The emergency number from any plant phone is 444. The call will initiate the incident response system. Ambulance, fire, or police will be contacted via the control room if required. If you are calling from a cell phone or external landline, you must dial 306-634-1704. When the operator answers, you must tell them: what is the nature of your emergency? Where is the location of the emergency? Where are you currently located? And what is your name? If there is an emergency and an evacuation must occur, you will hear this emergency siren. Report to your designated muster location. Your manager and/or supervisor will identify your muster locations during your onboarding process. We have 4 automatic emergency defibrillators or AEDs on site in the following locations. The first aid room is located on the 3rd floor of the office area. If you are an employee or a contractor, this will be part of the new employee tour during the onboarding process. SaskPower requires employees and contractors to report all incidents to their supervisor or manager. These include first aids, medical aids, lost time injuries, near misses, vehicle incidents, all environmental incidents, including spills and leaks regardless of the size, exposure, property damage, and public incidents. Your supervisor will show you how to report and enter those incidents into our safety management system. Employees and contractors shall ensure they are fit for work in accordance with the SaskPower drug and alcohol policy and standard. This requirement encompasses drug and/or alcohol use or the use of any prescription or over-the-counter drug. As an employee, you will be required to take a training course to ensure that you understand the policy. If you are a contractor, this will be covered in a separate contractor orientation. When it comes to general site rules, a valid driver's license is required to operate vehicles on site. The speed limit is 30 kilometers per hour, and the access road into Shand is a maximum of 80 kilometers an hour. Be aware of oncoming traffic up the hill from the valley before the turnoff to the power plant. This is a blind spot. Also be aware that there are coal haulers that cross the access road. Pay particular attention, especially at night, as they can be hard to see. These trucks are hauling coal, which means there could be large pieces left on the access road. Watch for debris that may have fallen off the trucks. You must be trained and have the proper certificate or license to operate any mobile-powered equipment on the Shand site. Proof of certification must be readily available. Logbooks, inspections, daily checks, and circle checks must be completed and recorded. Seatbelts are mandatory and must be worn when operating equipment. No distractions. Drivers shall not engage in any activities that distract from driving, for example, cell phone use. When cranes are in use, the red flashing lights are turned on to warn others of the hazard of a suspended load passing overhead. There are flashing amber lights in the plant which indicate chemical is being transferred, which may include acid and/or caustic material. There may be no lights in some areas, and in this case, a horn will sound. Scaffolding on site are checked every 24 hours. They are erected, inspected, and maintained by the contract scaffolders. Before a scaffold is used, Perform an initial check to ensure it is tagged and has been inspected. Do not remove sections. Only a certified scaffolder can alter a scaffold system. If you notice a problem with any scaffolding system, please report any problems to your supervisor immediately and do not use. If you tape off an area, the barrier tape or ribbon must be tagged with an information card or tag at all travelways, and it shall describe the date, the hazard description, the company name, the contact name, employee name, and contact number. Employees and all those working for or on behalf of SAS Power shall conform with the health, safety, and environment policy. Actively prevent incidents, injuries, and pollution. Contact their manager, supervisor, or environment specialist if in doubt about any environmental issue, procedure, or situation. Employees and contractors shall follow Shand's Zero-G program for waste management. Zero-G stands for Zero Garbage, a goal Shand works to achieve by focusing on the 5 R's. Reduce consumption and waste. Reuse everything you can. Recover certain products from waste and restore to usefulness. Rethink what you're about to do and how your actions will affect the environment. Recycle whatever is permitted. Hazardous materials are stored at various locations on site. Releases of hazardous materials adversely impact the environment and may cause harm to human health. Make sure hazardous materials are properly labeled, properly handled, properly stored, and properly disposed of or recycled. And report all spills, regardless of volume. We expect all employees and contractors to take personal ownership and work safely, and to also work in an environmentally responsible manner. This includes doing a thorough hazard aspect and risk assessment, or HARA, holding yourself and your coworkers accountable when it comes to working safely. And if you are not clear on what you have to do, ask. Thank you for your attention during this orientation.
Hi, my name is Greg Milbrandt, and I am the director at the Shand Power Station. I'd like to thank you for watching our orientation video and committing to a safety mindset while you're working here at Shand. Nothing is more important to us and SAS Power than your safety while you're working here. Every May 25th, we are reminded of the importance of safety and the far-reaching impact an incident can have on individuals, families, and communities. In May of 1990, during the construction of Shand, a tragic incident occurred where 2 people lost their lives and a further 6 people suffered permanent physical injuries. This is a reminder that we must always put safety ahead of productivity, and nothing we do here is worth risking an injury. Safety accountability starts and ends with you, and it starts with a conversation about the work that you will be doing each and every day. If needed, I want you to take the extra time to discuss and plan your work with your crew before work starts and if the conditions change in the field. If you see someone performing work that is potentially unsafe, I want you to speak up and have a conversation. It is up to all of us to look out for one another, and a simple, friendly conversation can go a long ways in preventing a serious injury. I can commit to you that you are in a safe environment to speak up, and it is in my expectation that the management and supervisor team will create an environment for employees and contractors to ask questions. Open communication is key to an injury-free workplace. I am counting on you to be safe, but more importantly, so are your family and friends. They are expecting you to come home safe each and every day. Lastly, I would like to personally thank you in advance for your contributions to our power plant and helping SAS Power generate safe and reliable power for the province of Saskatchewan. Welcome to Shand, and have a safe and productive day.